rule did your stepfather enforce that made you realize he was evil? My stepfather required us to pay him $50 cash every time we smiled, laughed, or showed any joy because happiness is a luxury children haven't earned. His name was Vernon, and he married my mom when I was 10, and my brother Ezra was 8. Vernon grew up in military school where they beat boys for showing feelings. The day he moved in, he installed cameras in every room, the kitchen, living room, even pointed at our bedroom doors. He kept a leather book where he wrote down every time we looked happy. Mom was so desperate to keep a man around after dad left that she went along with everything. She'd take money from our piggy banks to pay our happiness debts. She'd count out birthday cash from grandma and hand it straight to Vernon, but then Vernon showed us his whole sick system. He sat us down with a printed price list. Smiling was $50. Laughing was $100. Dancing or singing meant $200. Getting excited about anything cost $300. He had different rates for different rooms. Joy in front of guests cost double. The day I made the honor roll, Vernon was waiting at the door with his hand out. That's 8 smiles at school, 2 laughs with your friends, and my teacher friend Mrs. Chen says you were dancing in the hallway Tuesday. That's $1,400. Pay up or pack up. He'd gotten my teachers to spy on me. Mrs. Chen counted every smile in math class. Mr. Rodriguez reported when I laughed at lunch. Even the janitor Hector was writing down when kids looked too happy. Living in that house was like being in jail. Ezra learned to cry whenever he felt joy coming on. Tears were free, but smiles cost money. I trained my face to stay frozen. We ate dinner in silence. We opened Christmas presents with dead eyes. Birthday parties were funerals where nobody could afford to celebrate. Other kids stopped inviting us places. My friend Piper said we made everything weird and sad. Teachers thought we were depressed. The school counselor kept calling Mom, but she'd just say we were learning financial responsibility. Vernon's leather book got thicker and thicker. He'd flip through it at dinner, reading out loud. Tuesday, 3:47 p.m., Ezra smiled at a dog. Wednesday, 8:15 a.m., daughter laughed at her cereal. Our college savings disappeared into his happiness account. I tried to fight back. I got a secret job at 16 washing dishes at a restaurant where Vernon's spies couldn't see me. I hid cash in tampons boxes, places Vernon wouldn't look. I taught myself to pickpocket and started stealing back our money from his wallet, $20 at a time. Ezra and I made a code. 1 blink meant yes, 2 meant no, 3 meant danger. We planned everything in silence, writing notes and burning them. We were like prisoners planning an escape. Vernon noticed money missing and bought a safe with a number code. He started charging interest on late payments, 10% per week. He hired his nephew Marcus to follow us at school and count smiles we thought we were hiding. When I refused to pay a $200 graduation excitement fee, Vernon changed the locks while I was at school. Mom chose him. She stood at the door with my stuff in garbage bags and said I was too expensive to love. She actually used those words, too expensive to love. But Ezra was smarter than all of us. For months, he'd been recording Vernon on his phone. Every time Vernon laughed at TV, every time he smiled at Mom, every chuckle, every grin, every moment of joy Vernon showed. The night I got kicked out, Ezra did the math. In 6 months, Vernon had shown 1,247 moments of happiness. At his own prices, he owed himself $62,350. Ezra printed out an invoice with screenshots as proof, using Vernon's own forms. When Vernon refused to pay his own happiness tax, Ezra posted everything online. The whole system, the price lists, the teacher spies, the leather book, the videos of Vernon laughing while we sat frozen. The post went viral in our town within hours.